Here we go, boys. Update content patch note for the 22nd of May. And we've got a side story with Destina. We're gonna get drop rate up for Destina. So for everyone that didn't get her, now's your chance, baby. And I'm actually gonna roll for her on my second account. I need her for my PvP defense. She's very strong for that. I'll talk more about it in a second. So here's the challenge. Usual rewards. She's gonna have higher stats. The usual stuff here. We got Sid, Dingo, and forgot his name. Zerato is gonna come. Yeah, Zerato as well, getting a boost in stats. So the Heart of Hypocrisis, Epic Catalyst for Destina as well as other heroes. Usually the catalysts that show up here are the ones that you need for skill enhancement, for awakening, for the hero that has the drop rate up. So usual good stuff in here. Molagora, Covenant bookmarks, and all that. Artifact charms and reputation rewards. So yeah, drop rate up Destina, very cool. Challenge test of the Sandstorm. We're getting a new artifact, 4-star for Mage. It's gonna be showing up in a second. Drop rate 3%, 7%, and 20% for normal, hard, and hell. And here's the artifact, which is pretty cool. Like, increase attack by 4% after attacking all enemies. It stacks up to 5 times. So 20% attack increase, which is this. If you use this like in a raid, you're gonna build that up. Actually, it should reset every battle. It should reset every battle. But if you're using that, let's say in the hunts, you know what? I'm not 100% sure on that. It doesn't say that it does reset. So I feel like this is the kind of thing that just builds up in the initial battles, and you just you keep it. You keep the buff. So in hunts, you're gonna stack this up potentially. You're gonna start building it up on the first wave, and then by the time you reach the boss, it's gonna be almost fully stacked up. Or even like on a long battle, if it just resets every battle, at least on long battles, this is quite good. We've got Dizzy that has an area attack on every skill, and she's got her skill 3 that misses. So attack is actually very strong for her. And I mean, crit chance doesn't do anything for her skill 3. So yeah, and we've got the powder shop rotation. So these, I mean, you should get these, especially the gold transmit stone from the challenge. And the rotation here, man, we've got Idol's Cheer. That is super strong. It stacks. Like, you can have multiple Idol's Cheer on multiple Soul Weavers in, let's say, Arena defense, Guild War defense. I mean, in PvE as well. If you get hit by an area attack, you could have, I mean, if you have 2 or 3 Idol's Cheer spread out, the combat readiness is gonna all be given to the hero with the most attack. I need a confirmation on that, if that's how it works, if they actually stack 100%. I'm hearing that it does work. So if you guys have tested it, if you have multiple ones on multiple Soul Weavers in the same battle, and like you can confirm, let us know in the comment section, just so we're all sure that it works. Thank you. Also, there's Bloodstone here. Bloodstone is very good. Slap that on a ranger and you got some an extra source of healing. One just potion vial, very, very good. 75% chance to remove a random debuff on an ally or on the own hero at plus 15 enhancement. It's 100% chance when you have it at plus 30. So here's your chance if you want to have a 100% chance on that thing. Really cool. Also, I mean, any artifact here that you might want that maybe you got unlucky and it's like you got many, like maybe 5 stars, and that, let's say, Moonlight Dreamblade has been dodging you forever. Well, here's your chance. Another cool thing that they're doing is that the game now downloads while you are doing the tutorial. So that's really cool. That's really cool. And they released the developers notes as well. I'll make another video on that right after this one. I just want to talk about Destina for the rest of the video. And yeah, let's go with that. Let me just open her up in here. And why you should go for Destina? Well, I would say that it's mostly for PvP. You can definitely use her on offense. You can bait elements. Let's say the enemy team has single target fire damage dealers. You can bait their damage on your Destina. In PvP on defense, she comes in. This is like a smart heal. If your team doesn't take that much damage, she's not gonna use skill 3, which is really cool. But when she uses that thing, if you have a bunch of debuffs on your team and they're missing health, like she heals for so much with this skill 3, and every ally for every debuff they're getting 15% combat readiness, which is huge. It's huge. The cooldown is high, but if you can survive the turn 1 against like a cleave team or whatever on your defense, you're good to go for a while. So an amazing skill. Every skill actually heals. The soul burn on her skill 1 heals the whole team, and he heals for a lot. Like, I actually used Destina. I got her from selective summon way back in global release. That was what was it, like over 6 months ago? Probably 6 months and a half now, something like that. So it's been a while now. And I mean, you could go for more Destinas if you spend money in the game, or if you're free to play and you feel lucky. By all means, I mean, go for it. I mean, not the smartest choice, but you can do that. And her memory imprint, top and front position, health percentage, that's really good. Like, you can just have your tanker, whatever, your frontliner being more have more survival. And I would put a hero that is more squishy in the top position, so you can benefit from that health increase. Or you could just put let's say a character that scales off of max health. Like, mostly these characters are healers, like Destina. Her healing is based on actually, this is proportional to the target's max health. And I believe when you soul burn this thing, this heals based on her own max health. It doesn't say so, but from what I remember. And this is target. This is caster's max health, so you want her with a ton of health, and this is proportional to the caster's max health as well. Now I'll show you how many Destina are showing up in top 100 in arena PvP, and it's quite a bit. 4.9 rating. Very strong healer. I would say that she's more of a mid to late game healer. In the very early game, a healer like Akates and Angelica will do so much better for you. Attack down debuff on Akates, that's 50% reduction in attack of the target that has it, and that like relieves so much pressure off your healer or healers. Angelica with the immunity to against debuffs is a huge deal. You can soul burn for 4 turn immunity. That's so powerful in the early game. But Destina comes really handy in defense. You stack a lot of effect resistance. Like, the higher you are in the leagues in PvP, the more effect resistance will show up on the enemy team, or that's how you should gear your heroes on your defense. I'm talking like 100% effect resistance plus. It can be countered with effectiveness, but yeah, they have a lot of effect resistance. And this hero has insane defense and very high health, which allows her to get some pretty insane tanking stats with some solid pieces of gear. I'm just gonna preview her skills real quick. I mean, you guys saw Destina for a while now. This is mostly for new players. This skill 3 looks pretty amazing. But yeah, that's really a game changer when she pops this thing and there's debuffs across your team, like countering Dizzy. She's perfect to counter Dizzy, and that like if you double tap, it's just gonna heal the lowest health ally on your team. Also, it boosts their combat units by 30%, so you can do some cool things. Maybe they don't need the healing, but that 30% combat units might let them jump ahead of the enemy team or the boss or whatever. Yeah, So let's move on to the arena real quick, and I'll show you guys how she is in there, like how many teams use her. I use her on my defense. I can show you the stats of my Destina real quick. It's pretty cancerous. This is my defense. Triple Soul Weavers, Earth, Ice, and Fire. I have a Shooting Star Akatis as well, but I'm testing Akatis. That's two heroes that can just remove all debuffs off my team, which is working out quite well. My defense success rate has been dropping. It was at 50% yesterday actually, but I've been attacked, and me making video and talking about my defense, kind of talking about counters to my defense, is definitely not helping my case, but whatever. There's still 4 days, almost 5 days left, and I'm Challenger 3, so I reach Challenger 2 very easily. Now the ranking here, let's just check total ranking. So there's a lot of Moonlight heroes in Arena. Yeah, like I said, there's still 5 days, 19 hours left, so this is not going to be the ranking like near the end of the week, but some of the players will be staying at the top, but most players start pushing near the end of the week. Well, you can start, we see Destina here, wait, yeah, Destina here again. Like, she is used in high level PvP quite a lot. Dizzy is showing up everywhere. Yeah. See, Destina. If you're struggling with your arena defense, your guild war defense, yeah, I would say it's mostly arena defense. Guild war defense, she loses some strength there because, yeah, it's 3v3, but still she's still very powerful there. But in Guild War, heroes that provide multiple things, multiple utilities, they can fill multiple roles. That's where yeah, things get tricky. We can see she's showing up in so many teams. I don't know like how many players actually use her out of the top 100, but so far it probably has been 10. Now there's 0 Destina here. I would probably 15 by now. Let's say there's like 20, between 15 and 20. I would say like that. At the end of the week, it's probably gonna be like 20 Destina out of the top 100. It's not bad. Like, it's not bad considering like there's some really powerful Moonlight heroes. Now the question is, what about players that have Ruel of Light, which almost have the same skills as Destina? Do we see Destina paired with Ruel of Light or not? Players that are using Destina probably don't bring Ruel as well. I have not seen any Destina with Ruel together, and you have to there's one here. That must be super annoying to take these two out. And then you've got the arena damage just stacking up and getting to that 3000 per tick. It's getting ridiculous. The enemy team cannot sustain that damage. Sometimes healers cannot sustain the team. They might need two very strong healers with high healing output to even sustain that damage. Plus they have to receive the damage from the enemy team. It gets pretty crazy, so that's a massive stall setup. But yeah, not too many Destina with Ruel. If Ruel is there, they mostly don't bring her, I think, because there was only one so far. So yeah, that's why like some of these players in top 100 spend a lot of money, and I mean, they will have a much better chance than a free-to-play player to get some of these super strong Moonlight heroes. So yeah, there you have it, guys. Good luck with the summoning if you're going for her. That Challenger artifact is looking pretty solid. I mean, it's like 20% attack increase permanently after it stacks up. That's really juicy. The like other things like what did I want? Oh yes, the artifact that we can actually farm now from the challenge. Like, this is only triggering when the enemy's health is at above 50%. That's 20% 20% attack increase. But yeah, that other one is 20% attack forever. And yeah, you can use it on so many different mages, especially mage that have burn. That's huge because burn scales off of attack. So yeah, I would say farm 6 of those. You could go for more, 6, so you can have one fully limit broken to eventually to level it to plus 30. If you have multiple mages, yeah, you might even go with 2 or even 3 copies fully maxed out, but I doubt it. Like in PvP, if you have mages, you're probably gonna run Tagihil's Ancient Book. That's probably gonna be an artifact that you're gonna run in PvE if you really want to push the damage. But then you've got other artifacts like Ethica's Scepter that are just so good. Like, I mean, maxed out, this is 50% chance to decrease skill cooldown by 1 turn at the beginning of the turn. That Ethica's Scepter is so strong in PvE. So yeah, it's hard to say really. Over the course of a long battle, I would say Ethica's Scepter is probably like more solid, especially if you're relying on some debuffs to lower the target's damage output or something like that. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'm Astranox. Like, comment, subscribe for more. Press the bell icon for to be notified whenever I release a new video, and check out my other videos. They should be showing up on the screen now. Playlists of all sorts: Arena, Guild Wars, guides, tips and how-tos, and Abyss Floor 62+. Check those out if you haven't. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't, guys. All right, peace out. And developers note are coming after this video. Yeah, pretty shortly after it. All right, peace.